Yeah. YouTube shit isn't for me. It's a whole lot. Today, say hi. Took his little fit. Heel figure. I'll put you on display, baby. He just wants to touch all my products. Like, he doesn't even care about this video. Okay, so where do we begin? March, beginning of March, and like I was just feeling like prior to that I was feeling like really sick every single day before school, and yeah, I was feeling really sick every single day before school. I would wake up, go back to sleep, and just wake up like probably like 2 hours after that, and like feeling mad sick. And I just thought like I was sick, like it was just like bad weather, like it wasn't the best of weather, and I was just like never wanted to go to school. Like I didn't throw up or nothing. I think then afterwards, like I realized like my period wasn't coming, and I was like, and like I had just started birth control probably like a month before that, and like my nurse didn't tell me nothing about birth control. She just said, you got the 21 days and you just gotta take it every single day at the same time. And see, I didn't know that sugar pills, like what the sugar pills were. So basically the sugar pills aren't like birth control. It's just like there to remind you to keep taking your pill at the same time every single day. So like to just help you not break that habit. So when you're taking the sugar pills, you're supposed to have your period, and that never happened for me because like the birth control just messed up my whole system. Like, yeah, I can dress, clean my mess. So I was taking the sugar pills, whatever. You know, your girl was being active, like whatever. And then I went to see my nurse, and I'm like, yeah, like I didn't get my period. And she's like, well, when's the last time you had it? And you know, I don't track my period. Like I only started doing that now. Like obviously, you know why? You don't want it. You don't want another baby. But yeah, so I told her like I think it was around this time, whatever. So yeah, you read a Mickey Mouse. But yeah, so like I was like, yeah, I told her like I think it was around this time, and she's like, all right, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna wait. You're gonna come see me in about 2 weeks. And what's wrong, Bubba? You're not gonna let me do my hair. And then after, she's like, you can come see me in about 2 weeks, and if you haven't had your period yet, then you're gonna take a pregnancy test. And I'm like, all right, so the time's coming. I'm like, knowing my luck, I'm gonna get my period the same day that she's telling me to come back, right? He like starts his night, like he likes pressing the buttons and making the music play. So yeah, so basically, Bubba, put the volume down, please. Yeah, so she I don't even gotta insert no music. He playing the music for me in the background. 2 weeks went by, and the day came, and still no period. Anyway, so I went to go see her, and she gave me the pregnancy test, and no, she gave me a cup to go pee in, obviously for the pregnancy test. So I went to the bathroom, I peed in the cup, came back, and gave it to her. She took the sample, she put it on the pregnancy test, and she told me to go on empty so that I don't just sit there and I'm just waiting for the results, and you know, like just being like, oh my gosh, am I pregnant? Am I not pregnant? So it's like, she knew that it was gonna take me like a minute or two, and that's the same exact time it's gonna take to get the results. So yeah, so I went. I'm there, I'm stressing, and I'm like, oh my god, like, am I pregnant? I'm scared. Like, I didn't know. Like, I just decided, like, I didn't know what to expect. Like, I was like stressing. So I went back into the room, and guess what she said to me? She's like, so what would you do if you were pregnant? And I just start shaking. Like, I'm just like I'm shaking, and I'm like trying to like breathe, and I'm like stressing, and I'm like, oh my God, like, did this girl really just say that to me? And I'm just like looking at her, and she looking at me, and I'm like, I don't know. Like, why would you even bring it up like that? Like, obviously that means I'm pregnant, because it's not like you're just asking me to just ask me. You asking me because you know I'm pregnant. Like, so yeah, she's like, well, you're pregnant. Like, she's like saying congratulations and stuff like that. And I'm looking at her, and I'm like, what do you mean congratulations? Like, I'm like, at the time I was 16 when I found out. But like, my birthday was in March, April, May, like 3 months. Okay, so I was like gonna be 17, and I was like, oh my God. And I just got accepted to college, and I just told my mom I got accepted to college, and I paid for it and everything like that. And like, oh wow, like, what am I gonna do, you know? But at that time, like, I was feeling like really like my life's going nowhere. But that's how everyone feels right before college, like, especially if you don't know what you want to do yet. And that was me. Like, I had no clue what I wanted to do yet. So you look at you peeping. I'm ready first. But yeah, so basically, like, I was just like freaking out, and she told me like I don't have to go back to class, because like, that's the biggest news you could like get, especially while you're in high school. And I was just like freaking out. I called, first person I called was my 2 friends. You know who you are. And then I called my sister. I told them. They came out of their class. They came down to see me, and I was just crying. And I was like, they're like, oh my gosh, what are you gonna do about it? Da, 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 da. And I'm like, I don't know. I just want to go home. I want to go this and that. And they're like, are you gonna tell your boyfriend? And I was like, you better be careful, sir. You better be careful. Are you gonna hurt me? Mwah. What is that? Give me that. Thank you. So yeah, I told them. So afterwards, I went into like I don't even remember what it's called, but it's like a room where you could go by yourself, and then there's somebody you could talk to. I don't even remember her name, but I was sitting on the couch, and like I was like waiting to get dismissed, and I called my boyfriend, and I was like, I have something to tell you. And he's like, what, you're pregnant? And then I'm joking and shit, and I'm just like, and I was like, I just want to come tell you, like, I just want to come talk to you, I want to come see you, whatever. So he's like, all right. He didn't have a problem. So I went to the bus stop, and my 2 friends walked me to the bus stop, and they're like, they're trying to get me in a better mood. So they're like, oh, we're gonna be aunts and stuff like that. And I'm just like there just crying, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And they're like, well, whatever you do, we're gonna be there for you no matter what. And I'm just like so emotional. Like, I was just so emotional. Oh my gosh, don't mind my freaking ugly ass arms. Messy ass thing. You wanna go down? Move this stuff before you try and get your hands in it. It's 2. Okay. Here, open your crate. All your toys. Why? Like, why? I don't understand. I don't. AJ decided to go play with his toys, so he's still in the room, but he's not gonna be in the video as much. But yeah, the bus stop at this point, and I'm just thinking, like, I get on the bus, and I'm like, how am I gonna say it? Like, do I just be like, oh, I'm pregnant, or do I be like I took a pregnancy test? Or like, I was just overthinking, like, you know, like, bro, that's something big to tell your boyfriend, like. And I don't know, like, I was just, my life was just like spinning in circles. It was like a new thing back to back to back, like something new, something different happening. Like, I just didn't. The only thing that was going well for me was school, because like school just always came easy, and I was just like, I always had good grades, and I could just like not show up for like a week. Hey, really bad. Like, I was just not going to school like at all. Like, you could ask anybody. Like, I was just MIA. I'm pretty sure that's what I put in my, yeah, that's what I put in the yearbook. I was like known for being MIA. I was just never there. Like, But yeah, so but don't worry, I was still passing with good grades. We got good grades. We got good grades over here, baby. But yeah, that's why I just thought my mom couldn't tell me nothing, because like I was just like, you can't tell me nothing, I'm doing good in school. So that means I could do whatever I want. But like that was just the worst mentality for me to have. But yeah, so I got to his house and we were just like in his room, and I was like, well, I'm pregnant, so yeah, like, here you go. Said I'm pregnant. And then he's like, I knew it, I told you. And then he wasn't mad. He was like, oh, you about to be parents. I always told you I wanted you to have my babies. Mind you, at that point, I just started crying. And I was like, it's not funny. Like, it's just serious. Like, my nigga, we about to be parents. Like, parents. Like, you know what? I never been around no babies. He has a bunch of siblings, so he knows what it's like to be around like a lot of kids, and he's already dealt with babies and stuff like his whole life. So it's like I was scared, like I didn't know what we were gonna do. And he's like, so what do you want to do? And I was like, well, I don't really know. I was 5 weeks when I found out. Like, that's still really early. Like, so he just started calling me 5 weeks. He's like, oh, hey, 5 weeks. Hey, 5 weeks. He's always joking. He's always joking. So it's like, I wasn't taking it in anyway, you know. And then the day I told my mom, it was so messed up. Like, I told her through text. I just couldn't, like, I didn't know how to tell her. So basically what happened was, I had work at 7 in the morning, and I woke up late, and I was asking her to drive me. And she said no, because she had worked early the day before. You know, just giving her a mad attitude. I was tired, but wasn't feeling well, and she didn't understand why, and I didn't tell her why. So obviously she's not gonna know because I didn't tell her. But my face is so close up in the camera. Yeah. So basically, yeah. What ended up happening was I got on the bus, whatever. I was gonna be late, so I was just really vexed, and I took it out on my mom, and that's not fair, but whatever. I said, so I already, anyways, that's a whole other story. But yeah, so I ended up texting her saying, oh, you didn't want to drive me, I'm pregnant, and I haven't been feeling well. And I was like, well, it's not even that good. Like, I'm doing this in a phone camera. And I was like, oh, you're just this, that, the third. I'm pregnant, and you're not understanding. And how's she supposed to know? Really? How's she supposed to know? But yeah, and then that same day I got home, she was talking to me, and she's like, it's okay, we'll get through this together. We're gonna call the clinic and set you an appointment, and we're gonna get an abortion, and da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, before you even allow me to make a decision, before I even allow myself to process this, to let it sink in and stuff like that. But obviously she's saying that because she wants the best for me, and she knew that at that time I was not ready at all for a child. But like, I was so disobedient. Like, I didn't care. I thought I was the big shit. Like, you know how these kids nowadays talk about they 17 and I'm mature, I'm grown. Yeah, that was me. That was me. See right here? That was me. But yeah, I wasn't grown, and I wasn't mature, and none of that. We in the kitchen, and then I'm like, I don't know, just something came over me, and I was like, I'm not getting an abortion. Like, what? And she's looking at me like, what? No. You think you could have a child with this person, you this age, and then she's just going off and off and off and off. And then she's like, she basically told me to leave her house, like, but it's because of the way I was talking to her. And she's like, well, if you're gonna keep acting this way, then leave, and you can get out of my house, and this and that. So she like kicked me out, and I was like, to this day, she don't act like she ain't kicked me out, but she kicked me out. There was 2 witnesses there, so but whatever. I'm here now, so it's like, you know, we're not gonna hold each other against the past. But yeah, so like, she was not okay with it, and then everyone in my school started figuring out, and And like I wasn't showing. I didn't start showing until about 6 months, but by that time I was already done school. So like, you know, but like people talk and whatever, and my boyfriend told someone who told someone and told someone who told someone who told someone who told someone, and just like it was like before I even had the chance to decide, like everyone already knew. And it's like what am I gonna do, you know? Like, but I just like I was in that state where I was like, you know, like I wasn't on the fence anymore. I was like, you know, everything happens for a reason. So I told my boyfriend that I was gonna keep the baby, and like he was scared. Like we were young, like, you know, I feel like if I was a guy, I'd react the same way. So it was like, you know, everyone was just like always like my whole family bashing me, like my aunt saying this and this and that, and like everybody just telling me like wishing miscarriage, telling me I'm gonna end up on the streets, telling me this, telling me I'm gonna be a nobody and everything like that. And I'm just like, wow, like my family, like my own family is like telling me that I'm gonna just end up like wearing rags and like having no money and all this shit. And I'm like, wow, like, but yeah, so for a while, I think it was like a month, I was living with my boyfriend, and we were just arguing like every day. Like it was like it would be over like a sock, like, you know, like petty shit. So it was like, it was just, so I just had to like go. I came back home, I apologized to my mom, and I spoke to her and whatever. And it took her a couple of months before she started like, you know, accepting it. But she helped me out like with getting things and figuring out what I wanted to get him. Whatever. So yeah, I found out the gender at 5 months, and oh my god, my boyfriend was so happy. He's like, oh boy, I'm gonna have a son. But yeah, no, I always wanted a boy first, but like obviously not at this age, but I always wanted a boy first. So my sisters were always accepting of it. In the beginning, they were telling me like, you know, like we're here for you, whatever decision you have. But they say like, oh, but this is what's best, and but like at the end of the day, everyone's gonna talk. Everyone's gonna say what they want to say. A lot of people are gonna say, oh, she did it on purpose to keep the nigga. She did it on da 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 da. No, baby. Don't depend on nobody. Like I got my shit together. I made sure like I was at school every single day. Like even if I couldn't go into first period because I was just that like strained and tired, and like, you know, I had it rough though. I had it rough. I'm not gonna lie. Like even when I would like get onto the bus, like the city bus, and my belly all big, 9 months pregnant, I would get on the bus, and like nobody would give up their seat. Like one time I was when I was 9 months pregnant, I seen another lady who was pregnant, and I gave up my seat so she could sit down. Like, but it's like people just thought that because I was younger, it was easier for me. But in reality, pregnancy is a pregnancy. Like it's not. It doesn't change what age. It doesn't get easier because you're younger. Like, you know. But I had a lot of stares, but I didn't really like see all these people staring at me because I didn't care. I was happy. Like after like I accepted it, after like I said like, you know, like I'm gonna be the best mother I could be. Like I was just like, I was joyful. Like, you know, like I was like living life. I got a lot of things planned in store. So I got my lash certificate to be able to do individual lashes. I do classic and volume. I'm not gonna disclaim my prices here or whatever. But if you can DM me on Instagram or Snapchat, and like we could discuss prices and timing and everything like that. I'm gonna start taking customers as of beginning of February. Right now, what I'm focusing on is changing up my room, making it look nicer, making it look more like grown and proper. Like I added this painting because like I just wanted to add some color. Like I don't have a lot of color in my room. You guys might not think it's nice, but I just did it. It's just abstract, whatever. But yeah, so I just have a lot of things in store for myself. To everybody who just thinks I'm just like sitting around doing nothing, you can go my behind, okay? We got a lot of things coming, and I hope you guys stay through my journey and support me, because we gonna go up, baby, and I'm not leaving nobody behind. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and the bell button, because we're gonna be posting all month the next month. maybe. Okay, maybe not every single day, because, you know, like, I got a life. But yeah, I'm joking. I'm gonna be more active. I'm gonna try. Just to put it out there, I am not rich. I do not have all the money in the world. I'm not like every other YouTuber where I have all these fancy dancy things. Thanks for watching. I'm so cringe.